Hello everyone. Hope you're doing golden. I'm hyped today. I want to show you something that, I don't think is talked about in the industry that we're in. So I'm going to give you guys a masterclass today as, as I do, and give you guys some sauce, some alpha, and yeah, basically show you how you can discover your unique voice through pedagogy, or however you pronounce it. Yeah. So I'm sure you're wondering like what the fuck is this, man? What is pedagogy? How the hell you pronounce this shit? What is it? It's we're gonna get into it, and of course, as I do, I'm gonna explain it to you like you're five. Make sure we're all on the same page. Give you guys some sauce. So essentially, what this video is gonna cover is we'll talk about the importance of surrounding yourself with the right people, how doing that is going to basically help you improve and refine your own teaching skills using that focus of pedagogy, and finding your unique voice in order so that you can stand out and make a difference and essentially not become a commodity, because in this industry that we're in, it's very easy for you to become commoditized as a coach, especially. And as a coach, this is crucial for you so that you don't just get commoditized, and people are not just looking at you as, oh, okay, you're just offering 1 2 3 4 5, I can just go to like 16 other different coaches that do the same thing and maybe find one that does it for cheaper. Essentially, this is going to be a masterclass on how, through discovering your unique voice and being able to essentially translate that energy that you have, that unique energy that is only unique to you, how you're able to bring that out through your voice, and you're able to also bring it out through your teaching. So here's what we're going to talk about, and yeah, let's just jump into it. So the first thing, of course, is the impact of your surroundings. So your environment shapes your skills and habits. Here's a quick example. If you're going golfing and you're golfing with someone who's completely just trash and they don't know what they're doing, and you're golfing with them every day, your golf game is inevitably go down. But if you're golfing with Tiger Woods every single day, day in, day out. In fact, you could even be golfing with Tiger Woods on a week by week basis, and you're still going to do better than if you were golfing with someone who's completely trash every single day. You understand? So essentially, you need to be able to put yourself in a position where the people you're surrounding with, the individuals you're surrounding yourself with, are at a much higher level than you, and are able to improve you and basically pull you up to somewhat their level. And through your own diligence and hard work and blah blah blah, you're able to even just transcend and beat them, essentially. So that's the importance of your surroundings. I can't stress how much this is important. Like, if you're located somewhere where essentially you're not able to find people with these good surroundings, make sure that you do everything in your power to do so. We live in an online world. Everything is very easily accessible, and if it takes paying money to join a certain community of people who you will surround yourself with that are like-minded and are on a higher level than where you are, then do it. And I'm sure you understand that if you're watching this and you're a coach, because that's essentially how you try and pitch your essential clients. So that being said, now, what essentially is pedagogy? It's essentially how teachers help students learn, in a nutshell. It's a whole like science essentially that revolves around teaching and coaching, etc., etc. But in a nutshell, essentially, it's very simply how teachers help students learn, and it includes things like planning lessons, choosing activities, giving feedback, blah blah blah. And it's basically taking you as a teacher and bumping it up for you to be a coach, so you now guide your students through that learning. And now, when you fully deeply understand this, you're able to essentially guide your students in a way other people in the industry and your competitors are just simply not doing. And through doing that, you'll see that, as we continue to go about this video, you'll see how slowly by slowly your originality and your unique voice is just going to start coming out naturally, just by doing this and understanding this core concept. So when it comes to teaching now better, because now you understand pedagogy, and essentially you need to go from a teacher to a coach, and you do that through being able to teach better. That's how you close that gap. So how do you do that? Like I said, improve your surroundings. Spend time with teachers, coaches, facilitators that are able to improve your skills. Like I said, pay for it if necessary. If you need to pay to get access to somebody who is at a completely higher level than you, but at the same time, as much as that higher level than you, it's a level that you would want to replicate, and you can see yourself doing the same thing that they're doing. Do whatever you can to surround yourself with those individuals and spend time with them. Make sure you're open, very open, to learning from others and improving your pedagogical models and methods. So as you're doing this, make sure, like, don't just watch this video of mine alone and be like, okay, Nate has told me this is pedagogy and that's all I need. Nah. Surround yourself with others. See how they're teaching. And then take research. Do your own research into, all these different pedagogical models, and basically use that and dissect further what the coaches that you're dealing with that are on a higher level than you, how are they implementing? How are they teaching? What are they doing? How are they helping their students learn? How are they helping their students win? You break that down at a very granular level for you yourself to be able to teach better and empower your students or your clients better. I'll pause right there for that to sink in. Okay. Now, you need to also now next up question assumptions. Never just assume that they know. If there's something that you should assume, you should assume that the people that you're dealing with have not spent anywhere near the amount of time that they should thinking about their ideas, thinking about executing their ideas. Every single time when you're coaching someone, you need to have that core assumption in their head, and it doesn't matter like what they tell you. They can make it seem like, I know this and I know that and I know that. Okay, cool. You know 1, 2, 3, 4, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, X, Y, Z. But you need to assume that despite the fact that they know all these things and they have all these ideas, you need to always assume that they have not spent enough time thinking about those ideas and implementing on those ideas. You need to ask them, how do you know your ideas are true? Where do you get that information from? Okay, you got that information from this person. How sure are you about this person's intention? About their intentions when they gave you that information? Do you know that if they had good intentions? And if they did, do you know if the ideas they gave you and the knowledge they gave you is even true in and of itself? You need to do market research, and you need to basically find out from your clients, how do you know your ideas are true? Essentially, now what this will do ultimately is it will help both you and your client think critically, and it's going to help you guys think critically in a way that's just not being done in the industry. It's just not being done, especially with a lot of these group coaching offers. I'm sure a lot of you have seen these group coaching offers yourselves, and when you look at your competition, these group coaching offers are just very surface level. There's no depth that the coach client has. It's usually just, I'll give you access to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Maybe my team is going to do for you a couple of things, but you need to think critically at all times, and you need to empower your clients and your students to think critically as well. So now you need to also define your market, because you can only establish how best you can provide value by understanding who exactly you're providing value to. So you need to resist as much as you can to target everyone. You need to essentially narrow down your target audience. You know, who am I talking to? Am I talking to men, women? Am I talking to people in their 20s, their 30s, teenagers? Am I talking to single people, married people? You know, when you have a specific audience, it leads to clearer messaging. Think of it like this, I have a friend of mine who he's a tech founder, and he starts and he runs a bunch of like apps, and a lot of his apps are targeted towards teenagers. And what he does is very, very unique, because let's say you press the confirmation button after you've like signed up. Let's say you sign up, you put your email, and then you sign up. You're now in. Most apps will be like confirmed or like thanks for sharing and then continue. What he does is very different because, like I said, he targets teenagers. So because he knows his audience, he'll then reverse engineer everything. So he has one app that used to be called something else, and then he changed it to become NGL, not gonna lie, because he knows the people he's talking to. He knows he's talking to teenagers, and he knows that the teenagers, that's what they speak. Any teenager, and realistically anyone up until the age of 25, is going to understand what NGL means. Not gonna lie, you know. Something else he did, like I said, going back to my earlier example of when you put in your details, and you've clicked the email, and you've given your email, and it's like confirmed, continue. What he does, it would be very easy for him to do that, but it's also very easy for him to make a slight shift so that he talks to his target audience. And instead of saying, okay, confirmed, continue, he'll be like, I'd bet. Thanks, G. A teenager looking at that is like, yo, like, this is my friend. Of course I'm going to give you money. So pay attention to your specific audience, because when you know your audience, the messaging will be astronomically different, especially when you leverage everything else I've talked about regarding this entire concept of pedagogy. So, next up, make sure you learn from templates and scripts. So, make sure you use templates and script as a starting point. And then now once you have enough practice, you can start improvising and then adding your personal touch. And this is something I'm using myself right now as we speak. I made this script that you're seeing on the screen right now, and I use this as a starting point for myself because, as much as I'm giving you this advice, it's also a concept that I've also come across and I'm trying to, become an absolute expert on. I'm not going to sit here and lie and tell you I'm an absolute expert on this entire concept of pedagogy, but I will tell you that this is the starting point. Not necessarily this, I'm a bit like here. This is a bit more, there's some concepts that I provided with some of my clients, and then we talked about it, and I was like, okay, this would be good as a YouTube video. But ultimately, you need to start with this. You need to start with scripts. You need to start with templates. And then now through learning from those scripts and templates, which, of course, they're going to be very provided with you if you're working with these guys and you're surrounding yourself with the proper individuals. And then now, at the same time, you're reverse engineering what they're doing, contextualizing it to yourself, contextualizing it to your audience, and then boom. So you start slowly by building scripts, etc., etc. And the beauty is, in this day and age, you can just use AI. Use AI to help you out with all of this, especially when it comes to the nitty-gritties, when it comes to the copy, and etc., etc. All those things. Use AI, make it your best friend, apply it. So now, once you've absorbed all that, now the originality starts to come out. So, as we know, pursuing originality it's difficult because in this industry, people are always saying the same thing, just in different fonts. But that's essentially what you do. You combine old ideas and you bring them in with new applications. Use tech to innovate and essentially find new unique ways in order to present your content. That's what we do for our clients essentially. We take what works, align it with their brand, their energy, their personality, because that's what people ultimately resonate with at the end of the day. You, not what you're saying, especially nowadays. Like, I cannot put enough emphasis on this. People don't care about what you're saying. They've heard it a billion times. It's how you're saying it and how you're bringing out that application. So make sure that as much as you're combing through all these old ideas, you're also combining them with new applications, for the current time and age that we're in. Because the industry at this current stage, the market is very sophisticated. So you need a lot of originality, but the originality doesn't come in the what, it comes in the how. Do you understand? Do you understand? I hope you do. Now, finally, when it comes to finding your unique voice. So, the one thing that no one else has, and the one thing no one else has is this. What you have in here, no one else has, because this is yours. This is yours and it's unique to you. It's been formed through your unique experiences throughout life. Your unique personality, how you go about thinking and problem solving. And essentially what you now need to do is filter out the knowledge, the old ideas, and then now you present it through your voice and your personality. So even if you take something that seems to have worked and then you just recreate it just as is, and expect people to ultimately like resonate with you and be like, oh wow, yeah, this is the best, and you're seeing that they're not, it's because you're not bringing out yourself. You need to overcome that inner resistance that we all have and just be yourself, be your complete authentic self, because at the end of the day, like, there's 8 billion people on the planet, but there's only one you, and you need to leverage that as much as you can. And that's why, like, we're all about personal brands at Myriad Labs in my company. What we do is literally with our clients, we're always like just fine tuning and making sure that we're putting our clients in a position to win through making them easily bring out their personality and their authentic self that's within. So remember, you need to go within before going without. Go within first, because that's where all the answers lie. Okay. I hope my words have resonated. So finally, I think we'll just wrap up with, all this essentially takes a lot of time. A lot of time. Because you don't just simply understand the concept. As I've said earlier, a lot of this, it revolves around reverse engineering, reiterating, pushing out, testing, getting feedback from the market, going back, getting feedback from your mentors, getting feedback from your coaches, reverse engineering how they're teaching, go back to the drawing board, reiterate, push it out, test. It's a constant, iterative, evolving process before you finally are able to find your true voice and you're able to make content in a way whereby, and not just even make content, but make content and, provide value to the market in a way that's particularly unique to you and your individuality. A strong understanding of pedagogy, essentially combined with now this embracing your individuality, is going to allow you to make the most impactful difference in the lives of those people that you serve. I hope you have really understood what I've said. If you understand this concept of essentially being able to help teach your students better and combine it with your individuality, then the sky is the limit. The sky is actually the limit. And, yeah, like, I don't even, like, have much to say, when it comes towards the end, because I know the power of this. And if you really do understand what I'm talking about, Yeah. So if you really understand what I'm talking about, truly and deeply, watch this video again. Go do research on this entire concept. It's a whole field in and of itself. Apply it to your mentors, apply it to your students. Iterate, 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 iterate until you're able to find that unique voice that is yours. Yeah. Now, I think that's pretty much it. If there's anyone who's interested in getting this done for them, contact me. We're a growth partnership company, and this is our day to day. We're always helping our clients do this. That constant iterative process, the reverse engineering process, that's what we do. And that's how we help our clients win. Because ultimately, at the end of the day, you owe it to yourself to be great. Cheers. Book a call with me, by the way. I forgot that. If you're interested, book a call with me in the down below, and maybe we can figure out what's going on. We can do like a quick strategy call, and I'll also give you some value to leave with, whether or not you decide to move with us. But yeah, have a good day.